There is one earring mistake that is physically pulling your earlobes down, right now, today, and aging you by years. And I am going to show you exactly what it is. But first, I need to tell you the thing that makes it happen. Because without that, the fix makes no sense. Your skin changed. At some point in your 60s, quietly, without asking permission, your skin shifted. The undertones moved. The collagen changed. The texture softened. And your jewelry? It stayed exactly where you left it in 1998. Same metals, same weights, same pieces from a version of you that no longer exists. That mismatch between who you are now and what you are wearing is the real reason your jewelry sometimes feels off. Not your face, not your age, not your style, the jewelry. Today I am going to fix that with 5 pieces. And unlike every other jewelry video you have seen, I am going to give you the actual reasoning behind each choice, so you understand it deeply enough that you never second-guess your jewelry again. I am also going to give you 3 rules at the end of this video that the best-dressed women I know actually use every morning. Not the obvious ones, the ones nobody covers. Stay for those. And the 5th piece on this list, I promise you already own a version of it. It has been sitting in a box, untouched, for years. By the end of this video, you are going to go find it. Piece number 1. Modern pearl earrings. I am going to start with pearls, and I need you to stay with me for exactly 1 sentence before your brain files this under grandmother's jewelry. The pearl earring I am recommending looks nothing like what you are picturing. Here is a quick story. I was talking to a woman recently, 67 years old, impeccable taste, the kind of woman who always looks put together. She told me she had stopped wearing earrings almost entirely, said they looked wrong on her now, couldn't explain why, just felt off. She was still wearing the same small, rigid pearl studs she bought in her 40s. Perfect little spheres, perfectly matched, perfectly dated. I told her, those earrings are not wrong for you. They are wrong for 2026. There is a difference. What she needed, what you may need, is a Baroque pearl drop. Here is the clearest way I can describe it. If a traditional pearl looks like it was turned on a machine, a Baroque pearl looks like it grew. It is slightly irregular, organic, full of surface texture, the way a river stone looks different on every face. It is set in gold or silver with real weight. And it moves when you move. That movement is the entire point. When a Baroque pearl catches light as you turn your head, it draws every eye in the room upward, toward your face, your eyes, your expression. Stylists are not subtle about this. Put visual interest near your face. Not your waist, not your wrists, your face. That is where the conversation lives. Now, the detail that will determine which pearl you actually buy. Forget stark white. The colors trending right now, champagne, blush pink, soft lavender, are trending because of what they do to mature skin. They reflect warmth upward. A champagne pearl against a cream blouse does not just look elegant. It adds a literal glow to the face in a way cold white pearls cannot. If you have worn bright white pearls your entire life, try 1 pair in champagne. The difference will stop you mid-mirror. You almost certainly own the next piece right now, sitting in a drawer, probably. You have been wearing it at the wrong length your entire life. The right length is 1 number. Here it is. Piece number 2. The gold chain necklace 18 inches. That is the number. An 18-inch chain sits right at the collarbone. It frames the neckline. It does not disappear into a collar, and it does not fall so low it competes with what you are wearing. For the widest range of women and the widest range of outfits, 18 inches is the default that works, and most women are not wearing it. But here is what matters even more than that number. Your necklace length should be a conscious decision you make based on your neckline every single morning. Not a habit, a decision. A crew neck needs 20 to 22 inches, so the chain has room below the collar. A V-neck is flattered by a pendant at 18 inches that follows the V downward. A turtleneck needs 24 inches or more. Anything shorter simply vanishes. And here is the move most women have never tried. With a button-down shirt, layer 2 chains at slightly different lengths and let them peek from the collar. It is one of the most effortlessly chic things you can do with a necklace. Costs nothing extra, takes 10 seconds, changes the entire feeling of the shirt. Here is something most style videos skip entirely, and I want you to hear this clearly. Your skin undertone can shift as you age. The gold that flattered you at 40 may not be working for you anymore. Yellow gold occasionally highlights sallowness in mature skin. And if your gold jewelry has started to look slightly harsh or flat against your face, that is almost certainly why. This is not you. This is chemistry. The fix is rose gold. Rose gold sits between yellow and silver, warmth without harshness, and it reflects a softness onto mature skin that looks genuinely beautiful. If something has felt slightly off with your jewelry lately, and you cannot name it, try one rose gold piece. You will feel the difference the moment you put it on. For the chain itself, solid, 14 karat, a simple link or paperclip style. Real weight. Not so delicate it disappears. Not so heavy it competes. A quiet signature. Do you remember the very first thing I said in this video? The earring mistake that is physically pulling your earlobes down right now. This is that moment. Piece number 3. Diamond or crystal stud earrings. I want you to understand exactly what happens to earlobes as we age. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Our earlobes lose collagen and elasticity over time, exactly like the skin on our face. The result is that the lobe becomes slightly more elongated, more delicate, more vulnerable to being pulled. So ask yourself, what does a heavy earring do to a lobe that is already elongated and delicate? It pulls it further down, and it draws attention directly to the area we most want to keep graceful. This is why the statement drops, and chandelier earrings that looked extraordinary on you at 40 can feel slightly wrong now. It is not your face that changed the equation. It is your lobe. And nobody, almost nobody, tells you this. You go on wearing the same heavy pieces, wondering what shifted. You assume it is something you cannot fix. You think you have simply lost the knack for jewelry. You have not lost anything. You have just been carrying the wrong information for years. Diamond studs, or high-quality crystal studs if you prefer, solve this completely. They sit close to the ear. They have almost no weight, and they catch light in a way that brightens the face without pulling the lobe even 1 millimeter downward. Not because you are playing it safe, because you are finally playing it smart. For the piece itself, a classic round stud in a prong setting gives you the most light return. Genuine sparkle visible from across a dinner table. If you want something slightly more current, an oval or cushion cut reads as modern without trying too hard. And if you want more visual presence without adding a single gram of weight, a halo setting rings the center stone with smaller stones that multiply the light. You get the impact of a much larger earring without any of the pull. These are the earrings you put on at 7 in the morning and forget about. They work at breakfast, they work at a board meeting, they work at a black tie table. You never take them off because there is never a reason to. The next piece is the one that creates presence before you say a single word. Let me show you what I mean. Piece number 4. A sculptural gold or silver cuff. There is a woman you have seen somewhere, at a dinner, at church, at a gallery, somewhere in your life. She walked in and something in the room quietly shifted. Nothing she wore was outrageous. Nothing was loud. But everything about her looked chosen. Intentional. Like she had made actual decisions that morning instead of just getting dressed. She almost certainly had a cuff on her wrist. A sculptural cuff, substantial, architectural, purposeful, is the piece that communicates the one thing style cannot fake, that the woman wearing it knows exactly who she is. In 2026, the fashion world caught up to what confident women have always known. Bold, intentional metal is everywhere right now. Runway after runway. Sculptural gold, fluid silver, strong shapes that feel like a statement rather than an afterthought. This is not the flimsy bangle of 20 years ago. This is presence you wear on your wrist. What you are looking for has weight you can feel. A wide hammered gold cuff. Run your thumb across hammered gold and you feel the texture of something handmade. Something that did not come off an assembly line. An open-ended silver bangle with a clean curve that holds its shape without gripping. A twisted rope design in warm yellow gold that catches light differently at every angle. These are pieces that feel significant when you put them on. That feeling matters. It changes how you carry yourself. One thing I want to say here, and I mean this genuinely. If you have any stiffness or arthritis in your wrists, and many women do, and there is nothing to apologize for, look specifically for an open-ended cuff design. It slides on without a clasp, without any struggle, without a single moment of frustration. Once it is on, It looks identical to any other cuff. Nobody knows. You know. Comfort and elegance are not opposites. They were never supposed to be. The fifth piece on this list is one that was quietly taken from you over the last 30 years, filed away under old-fashioned, put in a box, set aside as something that belonged to another era. I am about to give it back. Piece number 5, the brooch. I know what just happened in your head. Brooch. And your brain went somewhere between your grandmother's coat and a church social from 40 years ago. Stay right here. Because what I am about to tell you is not opinion or enthusiasm. It is what is actually happening in fashion right now. The brooch spent 30 years being dismissed. It got filed under special occasions only, and forgotten in velvet boxes and estate sale tables across the country. And while that was happening, the fashion world was simply waiting. Because the brooch never actually went away. It was being held. And in 2026, it came back. Not quietly, not tentatively, with more force than almost anything else in the jewelry world. Chanel sent blazers down the spring runway covered in them. Ralph Lauren pinned them to tweeds. Giorgio Armani built his entire autumn collection around them. At the Oscars this past March, the red carpet was filled with women wearing a single brooch as their entire jewelry statement. No necklace, no chandelier earrings, just one perfectly chosen pin that said everything. Pinterest tracked a 110% increase in brooch searches heading into this year. These are not coincidences. This is a conclusion the fashion world finally reached, that women over 60 arrived at decades ago. And here is the part that should genuinely excite you. This trend belongs to you more than it belongs to anyone else on earth right now. Younger women are discovering brooches for the first time and feeling like they found something rare. You have had them sitting in a box for 20 years. You were simply ahead of the moment. The moment has now caught up. What the piece looks like, a vintage cameo in a gold setting. A delicate floral spray with small crystals. A sculptural abstract pin in brushed gold. A simple geometric shape with a single pearl accent. The range is extraordinary, and that is exactly the point. This piece should feel personal, found, chosen, not purchased because a channel told you to buy it. Some of the most beautiful brooches in existence are sitting in estate sales and antique shops right now, at prices that will genuinely surprise you. And the best place to look? Your own family's jewelry boxes. The brooch your mother wore to every holiday dinner. The pin your aunt kept in a velvet pouch. These pieces have provenance. They have story. They carry the one thing no new jewelry can manufacture, no matter the price: history. 4 ways to wear it, and I am going slow, because each one is genuinely different. The first, on the lapel of a blazer, just below the left notch. Simple. Classic. It draws the eye straight toward your face. The second, on the front of a coat, as its sole focal point. No necklace, no competing jewelry. Just the brooch. The way a belt buckle gives an entire outfit intention with a single decision. One pin transforms a plain coat into something that looks considered. The third, to secure a scarf at the neckline. A silk or linen scarf at the neck, held by one beautiful brooch, is one of the most quietly striking styling moves you can make. It photographs beautifully. It is distinctive. It is the kind of thing people notice and ask about. The fourth, and this is the most modern placement of 2026, pinned to the strap or flap of your handbag. It turns every bag you own into something that looks curated and personal. The same tote, the same clutch, the same crossbody, each one becomes a completely different accessory depending on which brooch you pin to it. Your whole bag collection just got more interesting at no additional cost. The brooch does not shout. It announces. There is a difference. And the announcement it makes is exactly what every woman over 60 has earned the right to make, that she put thought into today. 3 rules the best-dressed women actually use. I promised you 3 rules that the best-dressed women I know actually live by. Here they are. Fast. Practical. All 3 usable today. Rule 1. The 10-second test. Before you buy another piece of jewelry, anything, go to a window with natural light and look at the inside of your wrist. If your veins appear more blue or purple, your skin runs cool. Silver, white gold, and platinum are your metals. They will make your complexion look luminous and fresh. If your veins run more green, your skin is warm. Yellow gold and rose gold are yours. and they will give you a glow that cooler metals genuinely cannot replicate. This single test will change every jewelry purchase you make for the rest of your life. Rule 2. One piece leads, everything else follows. Every morning, before you leave the mirror, ask yourself, what is the focal point today? One earring moment, one cuff, one brooch, one layered necklace. Choose it, then let everything else step back and support it. The woman who wears one intentional thing with complete confidence looks more elegant than the woman wearing 5 things that are each asking for attention at the same time. Confidence is not the volume of what you are wearing. It is the clarity. Rule 3, and this is the one almost no one talks about. Jewelry is not the last thing you put on. It is the first thing you decide. The most common mistake elegant women make is choosing an outfit completely, then looking for jewelry to match it. That sequence gives your jewelry no authority. Try reversing it just once. Pick the one piece you want to wear that day first, then build the outfit around it. A brooch you love, a cuff that feels right, a pearl that calls to you. When the jewelry leads, the outfit follows, and the result is a look that feels coherent, in a way that top-down dressing rarely achieves. This is the actual sequence the most stylish women use. Start there. Do you remember the very first thing I said? Your skin changed, and your jewelry did not. That ends today. You did not lose your sense of style somewhere along the way. You never lost it. You just had the wrong 5 pieces. Now you have the right ones, and more importantly, you understand exactly why. That understanding is what makes the difference permanent. One question before you go, and I want your real answer in the comments. Which of these 5 pieces surprised you the most? The one you did not expect to see on this list. Tell me below. I read every single one, and I genuinely want to know what you think. And if you want to see exactly how to wear each of these 5 pieces, which outfits, which occasions, what to pair them with, that video is already up and it is linked right here. See you there.